Welcome to our podcast. It is the Sarah Butler at Home podcast. It's David over here. It's
Sarah over here. We got in just in time before February finishes.
we're going to be so much better, dear listener. We're going to try more often.
Once a month. I'm sticking to it. I said to Dermot this morning, I said, is there another Saturday left in February?
No.
He's like, no. And I was like, oh, sure, we're going to have to do it today. We need to make time.
The last time I met you, and it was very briefly, and I won't say why, you were very cross.
I was awful cross. I didn't even say hello to you.
Oh, I was like, I'm staying away from that. You're very, very cross.
Yeah, because they didn't listen to me and I had told them what to do and they came in and they hadn't done what I told them.
Yeah.
So,
I
Sarah
felt my
cross.
arse cheek.
Did you hold your arse?
I was going, Jesus, yeah. I'm going to stand way over here now.
Look, take it as a compliment. If I can really be myself around you, I consider you family.
Oh, it was very, very frightening. But then you've cooled down today. You're in much better form, which is good.
Yeah.
A week later, welcome to our podcast. We're going to talk all our usual bits and pieces that we do every month now. Things that we've missed since the last time we recorded a podcast. St. Bridget's Day.
Yes, we have them. Dermot was out cutting. Actually, do you know, the teacher said to Thomas, whoever can bring in reeds or whatever the things are called, you'll have no homework tomorrow. So he was like, Dad, there's no bother. Bog, living in a bog.
yeah. There's
endless amounts.
We've plenty of rushes.
Yeah, rushes. That's.
That was St. Bridget's Day, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day, I bought myself flowers.
Did you?
Yeah, bought myself flowers. And, well, he said, here, just take my card and buy yourself something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not. I didn't marry him for being romantic.
That's one step away from buying lotto tickets. Here you are. There's some lotto tickets for Valentine's Day. And, of course, Pancake Tuesday.
Yes. Well, I had Pancake Tuesday. I had pancake prep bloody 3 weeks before because I had collaborations for Pancake Tuesday. So I had to video them and audio them and do all of that jazz. So I had 3 different types of pancakes. I had the fluffy ones, the skinny ones.
That's the crepe, is it?
And the new one, yeah.
What's the new one?
The new one is the American style pancake.
I thought that was fluffy.
It's kind of fluffy, but not as fluffy. You don't beat the egg whites. It's the same ingredients, just I suppose a little bit different the different quantities of them. But they're really nice, and they're that real. They're like the ones in Spain. You know that restaurant that we used to always go to. What was it called? Did you not go for the pancakes? Yanks?
Oh, Jack's.
Jack's
For the pancakes.
No, Yanks, the one up on the Bull Ring.
Ah.
Just like them.
Oh, right.
They're kind of denser. So yeah, they were the new ones.
What was the winning toppings for 2023 for pancakes?
It's always maple syrup. I love maple syrup.
Yeah, maple syrup's lovely, yeah. What else would you put with it?
Well, you could have chocolate sauce. I did ones with chocolate inside them, and you could have lemons and sugar. But I just love dosing them in maple syrup.
On the radio, we were talking about the pancakes, and the lemon and sugar was the winner for our listeners. I was saying traditional, go for the crepe style, lemon, and a lot of people prefer the squeezy lemon, the lemon in the plastic thing.
No.
Yes.
They're not real lemon, probably.
Yes. Compared to just getting a real lemon. Now, one would think that probably because we grew up with that squeezy thing.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
That's probably, it brings back nostalgia for people. But
actually, when you were growing up, did you have pancakes for your tea or for your breakfast?
Oh, tea.
Yeah, we're the same.
Yeah. But you do pancakes for breakfast.
I do pancakes every day, yeah.
Is it every single day?
Yeah.
I was looking at some new ideas for pancake that'd give you the shits. I mean, generally they'd give you the shits anyway. They're saying introduce seeds.
I don't give anyone the shit.
Introduce seeds, more seeds. I'm going, leave it. It's a pancake.
Yeah,
so
leave it alone.
If you want to do something savoury with a pancake.
Well, you could put cheese and maybe ham or chives and cheese. If you wanted.
You could do an omelette and just enjoy your pancake afterwards.
Yeah.
Leave pancake Tuesday alone.
Sweet.
Yes, sweet little treats. Because I just picked up on something you said there with the fluffy ones. You were talking about the egg white, and you see, I went on the radio with all me genius and said, I think making the fluffy ones, all you have to do is put in baking powder or flour that rises.
Well, that's what the American pancakes has in it, and that's what kind of gives it a different kind of a taste. You put bread soda. Well, I put bread soda and baking powder in, and it does. It's the same mix as your skinny pancakes or I refuse to call them crepes. Come on, we're Paddy, Sarah. Far from crepes, we were weird. Do you want a skinny pancake or not? It's the same mix, but you put in the different quantities, more flour because it's thicker. But you put in baking powder and bread soda, and that does the bubble, the whole bubble thing.
Okay. Do you have to leave that sit for a while?
No, but when you put them on the pan, and you'll see the little bubbles forming.
Yeah.
From it, and then you flip it.
Okay.
Whereas the real fluffy ones, you beat your egg white.
Oh, we like beating our egg whites, lads.
Oh, Jesus Christ, let's keep it clean. We're only how many minutes in and we're on about beating things.
And of course, Pancake Tuesday, that leads on to Ash Wednesday, which again was a discussion on the radio with me, right? So somebody said, thank you, David, for reminding me that today is Ash Wednesday. You've just saved my bacon.
Oh, very good.
I went home, made a lovely sandwich for two of us, tucked into the sandwich. Partner says, there's chicken in this sandwich. I said, it's lovely chicken, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today is Ash Wednesday.
Look, we're not going to go to hell. I was all great going to get even texted the fish guy going, Ian Castlebar tomorrow. Great, I'll be there. Dermot heads off the kids and their lunches and bring them to school, and he rings me, he's like, what sandwiches did you give the kids? I said, chicken sandwiches. He's like, it's Ash Wednesday. I was like, oh, what do you want to do? Fish sandwiches?
Yeah.
Could have given them cheese.
But what are we giving up anyway? What, you see, we're not giving.
I don't think really that it's, you know, I don't know. I should have done a poll actually to see how many people eat fish. Yeah. I had fish and then I had bolognese because I was in Galway that day. So I went into a restaurant and I had lovely fish. And then I came home and I was hungry. Yeah. And I had bolognese in the fridge, so I had a bit of spaghetti. I know I had bolognese on a crusty roll with melted cheese and Tabasco spicy sauce.
Oh, nice.
That's really good.
And
I'm still here. We didn't get sent to hell.
Talking about fish, very briefly, I was watching Ricky Stein during the week. I know actually Gogglebox, they featured it last night. Rick Stein was, he had a sea bass and he was outside descaling and pretty much showing you how to do the whole thing. So descale and to gut the fish and all that. And he was showing you exactly what goes on, what you have to do. And he was saying, you know, I love doing this, but lots of people would want their fishmonger to do this, and that's perfectly accepted as well. And then he cooked it, and he cooked it in a fish kettle, and blah, blah, blah. And then he was cutting it open, and he was doing his bits and pieces with it. And he said, oh, people mightn't like this, but it's one of my favourite bits. And he took out the eye.
Oh, I don't know what you were going to say there. He didn't eat it. Did he eat it?
He said, I know some of you mightn't like that, but it's one of my it's one of my favourite parts.
Oh, Jesus, I'm bad enough for fish. I'm struggling, like, and that's not helped. Do you know what it is for
I
me?
don't eat the eye of a cow, like, when I'm eating beef.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Did you go look trying to eat any sort of eye? A fish eye is probably the easiest eye you could eat. Yeah, I don't know, I saw a thing recently and I'm not going to say because I don't want to put people off fish, but it just, you know us anyways, we're pure odd.
Oh, and
anything at all and that's it.
Odder, I think you're getting.
I am.
There's no doubt about it.
I am turning into a hermit. I have no tolerance or patience for anything.
Well, that is because, of course, you're at that...
Shut up.
I can't play it yet.
Nearly. Not quite there yet.
You don't have your headphones on, so you don't know what I'm playing.
I heard it. Happy birthday. I'm still younger.
Actually, by the time we've recorded our next podcast, you will have crossed that line.
Yes.
You and I will get closer in age for a little while.
For a little while. Very short while, though.
Oh, David. It's long enough.
Very short. I'll still be younger than all of you.
That's true. That's true. We'll turn to food. Let's talk about food. And you know what? Looking at our list of food today, there's a lot of butter. The butter police.
The butter police will be out to get me. You'll all be sorry when it's just been proven that butter is actually very good for you.
Have you ever seen these TikToks where these people are cooking steak and they put in like 5 blocks of butter?
Yeah, and they put it up on top of the steak.
Yeah. It's too much. But we will start with not steak, but chicken.
Yes, butter chicken. I probably made this about 7 times to get it right. The butter chicken recipe. So basically it's ginger and garlic and a lot of butter. Really
so delicious. Ginger. So what are we doing? Are we
so
melting?
First off, you have to marinate if you can. I know like people don't have the time, but if you have the time, get your chicken and soak it in buttermilk or Greek yogurt.
Oh.
Leave that overnight with your spices. It's all on my page, all the spices, because it's like A little bit of this, a little bit of that, but nothing too crazy. And then you fry that off, and you've got like ginger in there, chili in there, butter, tin of tomatoes. But with tin of tomatoes, you always have to add a little sugar
Yes.
because it's kind of just got a tang.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's really important to taste all the time, especially with this recipe. You might need more pepper, salt, and just to lose that kind of tang from the tin of tomatoes. And then you slow cook it, or you can have it straight away. But it's very tasty, and lots of people have tried that. I've got really, really good feedback
Hold on
on
now.
it.
So I've missed a part. So we've soaked it in buttermilk or Greek yogurt. Where does the
With the
butter?
spices.
Where does the butter come in then?
Oh yeah, well, like it's like fry your garlic and your ginger, and use real garlic and ginger. Do not, because this was one of my failed attempts. I said, I'm going to buy them little squeezy things of ginger and garlic.
Yeah, no good.
Cack, just the taste of it. Cack. So yeah, don't use them. Butter, with loads of butter with the garlic and the ginger, and then loads of butter with the chicken, and then tin of tomatoes, lump of butter.
What kind of butter am I using? Is it salted, unsalted?
Kerrygold.
Okay, salted butter.
Block.
A full block.
Full block.
Oh,
Oh, no,
no.
not full block. Jesus, no. Bloody hell, there'd be like cardiac arrest and all over the place. No, there's not. I mean, there's a bit more butter than you'd like, but I mean, as a fakeaway treat.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a really good one. Actually, very easy to make.
What am I
once
serving?
you have your spices,
Yeah.
your grand, your spices and your buttermilk or your Greek yogurt.
What am I serving with it?
Rice.
Okay.
Probably the best. Naan bread.
Oh, right. So is there? So there's a butter sauce around.
Sauce,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
real buttery. Like there's no like mega veg in there.
Okay.
You know, so the sauce is lovely and smooth. So yeah, so that was one of the many buttery things I've made this week. You see, or last week, I am in the middle of Easter prep as well,
Oh yeah.
because I'm doing the Real Food magazine for Super Value, which is out at Easter time.
Okay.
But I need to have all that content in
Right.
2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So if you saw me going around trying to find Easter eggs,
Oh yeah.
couldn't get them anywhere. So now they're all out now.
Yeah,
but they
they're
weren't
out
out
now.
2 weeks ago. I'm
Well,
trying to
we've
find.
stock from last year.
They're
Yeah.
getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
I ate one in like 2 bites there last weekend. You know when you get the I need chocolate.
I could just imagine you horsing into it. 2 bites.
And the mini eggs impossible
Impressive.
to get. So I find a shop with mini eggs and
Oh,
I
so he
buy
was a lucky man.
25 bags of them. What are you talking about? You're over there in your own podcast and I'm over here trying to be professional.
So from butter chicken, let's
Yeah.
stick with the butter theme for a minute and talk about buttercream.
Butter.
What is buttercream?
Buttercream. This was my goal to get the buttercream right, because you know where you get the lovely buns and they've got the cream piped on top. And it's so lovely and perfect. But there's an actual trick, technique to it. I just thought you just put the butter in the mixer and fire in a load of icing powder.
Right.
But you don't. I literally, you know me, it's like, right, Google, YouTube, how to, top tips,
Yeah.
the best buttercream in the world, and watch all these videos. So I have it finally down, I think, from today. Do you want to see a picture?
Yep.
I'm
Pictures on a podcast, we love it.
Don't worry, anyone who follows my page will know the lovely little buns that I made today.
Yeah, I love the way that I love the way
What?
that you're showing me a picture of a bun
And
rather than bringing in the friggin'
sure
bun.
they were for there.
You would say, I must save it. Oh,
They
no,
were
yeah.
for a rugby match.
Yeah, but you could say, I must save one of them for David and we can talk about how delicious
I
it
should have
is.
done. I will. I'll next week. Let's start
Next
doing
week.
that. So let's see the way I'm piping that there on, and it's lovely and creamy.
Are you piping that now genuinely yourself, or is there somebody else piping it?
Yeah, it's my professional chef that I have hidden in the kitchen.
You're doing good. Your piping skills are quite good.
Good piper. A good piper.
I've always said he was a lucky lad.
Anyways, the trick. Okay, I'm leaving.
Go on, what's the trick?
The trick is, it's so funny, if you didn't like food and you were listening to this podcast, you'd be like, oh God, turn that off. But anyone who is or may be listening out there and does like food and would like to know how to make buttercream, you have to don't be smart. I know there's probably a professional cook term for it, but I'm not a professional trained cook. So you beat your butter in your mixer for 5 minutes. Okay?
That should be enough.
if you can last that long.
Sorry, professionalism. Sorry.
Then you have to whisk in. No, I'm getting all my terms wrong. You have to sieve in your
Sieve.
icing powder. Really important that you sieve it first because that gets all the air in, and gradually add that.
I'm going red in the face.
You're just totally ruining this for me now. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter how you make buttercream. Just buy my book.
Sorry.
Buy my book.
So, what am I sieving in?
I know what I'll be doing in your next buttercream bun. Something special in there for you. Did you ever do that? I love doing that.
No, I never did that.
No, I love doing that to
threatening
people.
to people. Oh, threatening people.
Did you
with
like
it,
your cup of tea? Was that a nice dinner? Did you like spuds?
What did we sieve into the butter?
Icing powder.
Icing powder. Okay.
Yes.
So what was the? I've completely
You've
ruined
just
all of this.
ruined it. Like, we're going to have to re-record this podcast.
What was the? So the butter, you beat the butter for 5 minutes,
Yeah, oh, you remember that bit.
right? And then you sieve in icing sugar.
Yes.
And what do you do then?
The ratio is, for anyone who cares, the ratio is 2-1. So,
2 parts butter to 1 part icing
no,
sugar
2 parts icing sugar.
to 1 part butter.
Yeah, so 100 grams of butter, 200 grams of icing sugar.
We're talking all healthy stuff
And
today.
you're gradually adding that sieved icing powder in, spoon at a time, and get that all in, and then add some cream,
Okay.
about 2 or 3 tablespoons, and then just leave it whisk away for 15 minutes.
Oh
solid.
wow! Oh, it has to do that long.
Keep it whisking, that's the trick.
Right.
Sieve the icing powder, beat the butter at the beginning, gradually add the icing powder and the cream. You can add in vanilla extract if you want, and leave it.
Right.
Leave it there, like you couldn't do it by hand.
So how was yours pink?
Oh, I got food colouring.
Okay.
So I had divided it in 2. I kept some vanilla,
Okay.
because I had other vanilla ones. And then I put the other back into the mixer, and a tiny little bit of, you get it in Home Store or more, they're in like little paint pots.
Okay.
They're way better than the ones you buy in the shop. Like
the ones
from
that you
the
drip
80s.
in. Yeah.
Yeah.
From the 80s.
And that's how I made it pink. And I had got little love heart sprinkles in Galway. So, of course, I had to make something to add to them.
Oh.
But that's the trick with buttercream. And they were gone.
Oh. So this was for a rugby team.
This was for a rugby blitz they were doing today.
Okay. Savaged.
Savage. And what I did was, with the vanilla ones, I got an apple corer, right? Mm-hmm. For a surprise inside. Core out, don't.
I'm not. Here's your surprise.
I never liked you as a little child.
Make sure the
Come
Timmy
here,
gets
Johnny. I
that
have a special. I have a special bun for you, Johnny. Just for you.
one. Fish's eye. So sorry. So you're taking out the middle of the bun.
You're coring out.
Yes,
just
coring
a little
out.
bit, but don't go right to the very, very bottom. Take that out with an apple corer or
Yeah.
a sharp knife. One use I'm using for my apple corer is totally not what it's meant to be used for. And then you can add in, I pipe in, it's handier, it's neater, Nutella.
Oh.
And then your vanilla buttercream and chocolate sprinkles on top.
Oh wow.
Very yummy.
You talked about an apple corer there, and people will say, "What's an apple corer?" But an apple corer is literally a thing that you put your apple down, you shove this thing down on top, and it takes out the core for
Through
you.
the middle, yeah, where the little sticky thing
And
sticks
then it
out.
makes, you can cut your apple into slices, and
Or you can just eat it without having to worry about the pips.
the pips, and you could do the trick then that Sarah has for if you're doing the slices for going to school.
Yeah.
You can do whatever that trick was.
I want to say something funny there.
No.
What trick that I have with an apple?
No, there's no tricks there. From there, we'll move on from butter chicken, buttercream to rice potatoes.
Rice potatoes. I found my potato ricer
Okay.
that we got in Spain years ago. And everything has now been riced.
Everything. Cornflakes, rice.
Yeah.
Steak, rice. What does it do?
Oh, it's the business. So I always steam my potatoes anyways.
Yep.
And then put like a clean tea towel in on top of them.
Yep.
It takes all the moisture out. So they're really fluffy. Roosters I use all the time. Then you mash them with a load of butter and a little warm milk.
Yeah, we've had this debate
Salt
before.
and pepper. Mush them up, and then you spoon them into your ricer and you press it down, and it's got these little holes in it, and it squishes it out like little worms. Now you can mix it again. It just means it's really creamy.
So there's no lumpy lumps.
No lumps at all.
A lot of people these days like smashed potatoes rather than
Yeah.
mashed potatoes. They like the bit of texture in it, but I do know lots of people like their mash to be smooth.
I love smooth. Then somebody sent me a message. Try mashing them with a little bit of chicken stock, butter, salt and pepper, and then ricing them.
Right.
That would be so good.
Oh, that would be good, yeah. That
I
would
did
really
them
be good.
bangers and mash actually we had last night. I thought I was getting off cooking because I had brought pizzas home from the pizza van in town. And about 4:30,
Yeah.
it'll be alright, might be okay, might say nothing now. What's for tea? At around 8:30.
Oh, wow.
So, you know how thick I was last time I saw you. It's probably about as thick as that because I was really tired. So I said, right, bangers and mash. So I did the bangers and mash and I put cheese in the mash with the butter.
Oh, nice.
And then riced it. So good.
So, and what do just bangers? Just put them in the grill?
Oh, of course not.
Oh, Jesus.
I got one of the cool pans. German actually bought it for me for Christmas. The Gordon Ramsay ones.
Right.
Hexalon.
I've no idea what that means.
They're like magic. They're indestructible. They're perfect for me. You can use metal tools on them. They're non-toxic coating. They just, whatever way they distribute the heat, it just cooks everything really nice.
Oh, okay.
I know I sound like a complete twat, but they really do. Like.
So, what are you cooking them in?
Okay, so I got my sausages, a bit of butter, put the sausages in, sage, thyme, fresh that I've frozen, throw that in, slow cook them so that they don't burn, so nice slow.
Right.
So it's great, so you can leave them there on the hob, go off and do a load of laundry, come back, shake them up. Then I'm adding in, I added in leeks and onions chopped really finely, garlic.
This is at 8:30 last night when you were tired.
I know. You know me, I can't do anything half-arsed. So leeks and onion, garlic, salt, pepper, more butter. Reduce that down with the lid on. Then I added in some OXO cube beef for colour, and then a little flour, then some chicken stock.
Oh my God.
And it was... And though I had dill in the fridge that I was going to use with my fish dinner that I didn't make, and parsley, so I chopped that up really fine and added that in. Then I did the spuds with the cheddar, the white cheddar, not red. Salt, pepper, butter, milk, through the ricer. Oh, so good.
Now, can I tell you how David would do that?
I know.
Bangers and mash.
But like, it's funny. I'm just
Grill the sausages.
I have become a ninja.
Grill the sausages, turn them over. Potatoes, if you're struggling, you don't have time, you can microwave them in the bag.
No.
Yes?
No.
And that'll do. Maybe
No.
put some beans on the side.
No, look at that.
You see. You had,
Oh, so tasty.
you had to take a video for it, of
Of
course.
course, everything is videoed.
So then again, so they said, we're hungry at 8:30. That probably came at about 10 to 12.
No, actually, it didn't. It was about 7:30, and I remember looking at the clock at about 10 past 8, and we were just ready to eat.
Oh, wow.
The steamer's fast.
Yeah, steamer
I've
is
just
fast.
become a little bit very fast in the kitchen because I can multitask about 7 things at once.
Would you not say, like, we just have a cheese sandwich?
No, because I was hungry too, and I wouldn't admit it, and that's why I was even thicker because I'm.
So what was the pizzas about then? Was that just a Friday treat?
Well, yeah, we normally have them on Friday after
Yeah,
school.
we normally have a Friday night is our homemade pizza night.
Yeah.
Well, 3 have homemade pizza, 1 has the shop bought things.
Okay.
Because it doesn't realise that it would love the homemade one way better than the shop one, but still has the shop one for the minute.
Yeah.
So, but I love Friday pizza night. If you have it with just a glass of red wine or something.
Yeah, would I be hungry again? That's the problem. We're always eating. Somebody said to me, who eats all the food? And I'm like, well, we kind of manage it. Okay. Yeah. we eat it.
Yeah. It simply doesn't go anywhere else. Okay, so we've done we're talking about gadgets. So that's your ricer.
Yes.
We've talked about an apple corer. Any new gadgets that we have?
Yes.
We need to talk
I got
about.
a great gadget. I love a gadget.
Yeah, I'm great for a gadget.
So you know the way you have mini loaf tins.
Yes.
So you can make mini little loaves of lemon loaf or whatever chocolate, little mini chocolate cakes. I got a tin that has 8 mini loaves built into it.
Oh.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
So I made cool
So
little lemon curd loaves in it. And you don't need to get mini loaf liners or anything.
Oh.
It's totally like they pop out.
Oh, right. So you can just put the mixture straight into the tin.
Straight into the tin. So yeah, that got a lot of attention, and I'd say Ryan's and Galway haven't got one left in stock.
Oh, great. That's good. Any other gadgets?
Any other gadgets? No, I found my apple corer.
Yeah.
The julienne.
Oh, yeah. For this, no. Because in our house, 2 don't like cooked carrots, but they love raw carrots. So when you're cutting up the carrot, we have to do 2 of them julienne. And that is a pain in the hole.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah. They're like shredded very thin for anyone listening.
Yeah. So what? How
Well, it looks like a potato peeler, except it's got little where the blade is normally straight across. This has got little claws.
Oh.
The julienne.
Oh.
So then you just swipe it down your carrot, and you've got thin little strips. Great for a salad as well.
Okay.
Or for coleslaw. So that's all my gadgets so far.
After all of that then, when would you have time for an egg sandwich?
An egg sandwich. Isn't it funny when you see somebody eating something and then you leave and you're like, oh, I'd love that now too.
Yeah.
Does that happen, yeah?
No, not an egg sandwich.
Do you not like egg
I'd be
sandwiches?
thinking, oh, gassy egg sandwich. Not egg. I wouldn't want to be near them in about an hour's time. But
No, but I wouldn't be near them, but it would get me thinking, oh, I'd love that now.
Yeah. So what's in your egg sandwich?
So
Apart,
my
obviously,
egg
from
sandwich
egg.
and it's 6, for a normal sized egg, it's 6 minutes in. So bring your water to the boil, let it simmer there, bubbling away, a little bit of salt. 6 minutes.
Do you pop it in when it's on a rolling boil, or do you pop it in from cold?
No, not from cold.
Right.
Rolling boil.
Okay, rolling boil. And 6 minutes from then?
I like them soft now.
Oh, I thought 6 minutes would seem to me like it was going to be very hard, no?
No, 6 minutes on my oven anyways. Or on my hob.
Oh, sure, we all know you're up. Fancy. We have a yolk
I know
that you
I
put
need
in.
this disclaimer.
It
wasn't soft enough.
We have a thing that you put in, and it does it.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
it tells
get
you
it.
soft,
does
medium,
it
or
work,
hard.
though?
Yes,
Does it?
It does. So if you're doing a salad and you're doing your hard-boiled eggs and you want them to have a little bit.
Yeah.
It does work. Yeah, it does. Yeah. It's probably really toxic and it's killing us, but it works really well.
works. Okay.
So go on. So you have 6 minutes.
So do that. I'll do 2 eggs, and then I'll get scallions, nicely finely chopped.
Mm-hmm.
Tomatoes. Take out all the seeds,
Oh,
so that's
okay.
just the skin part.
Yeah. Fleshy
Chop
part.
that up. That's it. Mayonnaise, loads of salt and pepper.
Right.
And get yourself, I got a baguette, a Vienna baguette. Chopped it up. That's the big lovely French one, but the ovally one. Toast it, and then let it cool, and then butter it with your eggs mixed up with all your tomatoes. A little bit of mustard as well. Mm-hmm. Mustard, mayonnaise, egg, tomato, scallions, loads of salt and pepper. And a follower I had posted about it, 80% of people said they love egg sandwiches. Follower said try that with toast, with cheese on top, melted. So I did that.
And it was good too.
Really good.
There's one thing that's missing now.
But I like it on the baguette, not in a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
With a cup of tea.
Still one thing that's missing though.
What's missing?
Nice slice of ham. A
Ham.
bit of ham.
Would you have a
I'd have ham, yeah. I mean, otherwise it's just a salad sandwich.
an egg salad sandwich?
Egg sandwich sandwich, yeah.
There's lots of different variations. Chives would be lovely in it.
Yeah, chives would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Egg sandwiches. You were telling me before we started recording this that a poll about egg sandwiches, 80% of people said they love them.
They love them.
I'd be the 20% now, I have to say.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
like
then, would you now? The ultimate
Yeah.
Sarah Butler question.
Right.
Would you go into a shop?
No, not. If you paid me all the friggin' money in the world, would I eat an egg sandwich out of a shop?
There you go.
You'd never know if there was a honk in it.
Oh, my bandage just fell. Oh, just take it back out.
Ew.
I just have that. Oh, I scratched that scratch there. Oh, you want me to mix the eggs, do you?
No, puke.
Right. Final for food, smash burgers.
Oh, I can't beat the smash burgers. Had them during the week, or last week actually, and they're so quick. So that's your beef. Don't put anything on it. I don't add anything to it. I season it when it's on the pan.
Sorry.
What are you laughing at? You're
My head. Sorry. I need to be with people and go out.
You need to go to the pub.
I do. I'm destroyed. Sorry.
need to go to the pub
What am I
too.
doing with my beef?
So get your beef, roll it into 4 little balls. 4 small little balls.
You don't help the situation at all.
You
Right.
don't want big balls, you want small balls. I can play this game too.
Right. And what am I doing then?
And then you're putting them between 2 sheets of parchment paper, and you're using a rolling pin or a plate to press them down really flat.
You could have used your
Fist.
Yeah,
My foot.
Last,
My fist.
No, I was going to say when I met you last weekend, you could have just used your fist.
Yeah. I just looked at them and they'd have gone, ah!
I'm smashed.
I'm sad. And then you get them in a pan with some butter. Everything goes in the pan with butter, and season them when they're on the pan. Make sure the pan is good and hot, and then just leave them alone. Don't be pressing them down or slobbering with them. And flip them, add your cheese, throw them in the oven, get that melted, and you can do a double smash burger as well.
Good question for you. For your burger, what cheese are you using?
I do like the cheese slices,
Just a normal.
but I don't have them
Cheddar.
because they're awful bad.
Right.
So I've been probably trying to just do the right thing.
Yeah.
I get red cheddar.
Red cheddar. So we use Port Salut.
Oh yeah, that's
Portsalou's
nice.
quite nice. It kind of goes nice and gooey.
Yeah.
A Portsalou you can't beat. That is.
So smash cheeseburgers again are on my page. Awful. Actually, they're not on my page. They're on my YouTube channel that I'm trying to build up and keep forgetting about.
If you put me on your YouTube channel, instant winner.
Yeah.
Well, guaranteed. Yeah, the people love David.
Okay. Well, feel free.
Right. So we talked about food.
Yes.
Let's move on to other business. There's something that happened to me, and it must be 4 weeks ago. And I texted it, and then I said I have to
Yeah,
talk
you did
about
add
that.
something onto that.
So I was out of a walk, right? And I came across a situation where I was going down a lane, we'll say, towards a well-known walking area. And I was going down a little lane, and I saw a dog coming towards me, right? And it was this dog was a well cared for, expensive dog, right? And the
How
dog's
did you
kind
know
of
it was an expensive dog?
because
What
it was
does
a
an expensive
fancy
dog look
it was a
like?
fancy type dog.
Okay.
It wasn't the dogs that would be with me. It was a fancy dog.
Right.
Well groomed, all had.
Okay.
I thought, okay, that's unusual. The dog's on his own and he's doing a bit of jumping around me. And then I noticed maybe 200 meters on there was a very small kid. Now I'm talking 2.
What?
Yeah. And I said, okay, that's unusual. So I was walking down further and I said to the kid, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Oh, no," I said to him, "Is this your dog?" And he said, "Yes, I can't find my mammy."
Oh.
Right, so
What time
instantly,
was this at? Sorry.
4:30 in the day.
Oh.
So instantly I said, okay, that's fine. Look, I'll stay with you. We'll find your mammy. She's probably doing a lap on the walk, or she's probably frantically looking for you. So suddenly I said, we'll move down here. There's a better chance that she's walking this part of the walk. So we're walking down. Suddenly I hear footsteps coming. Oh, this man running and running and running. And he was like, "Where have you been?" Shouting at the kid, right?
Oh my god.
So I was like, the kid's okay, the kid's okay. I wouldn't have let the kid go without an adult being here. But suddenly I turned from the person who was minding the kid to somebody who was talking to their kid, bringing them the opposite way.
Oh my god.
And I was like, from hero to zero really
What
quickly.
did he say to you?
No, it was just his tone was
my
kind of like.
God.
And I said, no, the kid was fine. Look, kids do that. I said the kid was fine. I would have stayed with the kid till an adult come. And he was looking at me saying, I turned my back for a second, and I was going, "You're giving me kind of dagger looks."
Jesus Christ, it's awful bad the way things are gone.
So I walked away then, and I thought to myself, hold on a second. He thinks
I was trying to steal his kid.
he's thinking the worst of me all of a sudden when I was trying to do a good
Oh,
act.
that's so annoying.
So the dilemma was in my head. If I walked the next day and saw another kid on their own, what
do
would
you
I
do?
do? Now, obviously, the answer is
Call the
you
guards.
mu-
I'm just go live on Instagram. Just so everybody knows I didn't touch the child.
But obviously, the obvious answer is you stay with the kid. Like
with
you
the
do not
kid.
let a kid wander off on their own.
No, but isn't that awful?
I said that is the way life has gone now.
It
that
has.
suddenly, something that has happened to them in seconds. And if I was in that man's situation, I could have probably thought the same thing.
Yeah,
as
I was
him.
just going to say.
Who's this person?
Yeah.
Now, of course, you're very careful because you're not standing beside the kid. You're standing well away from the kid. And the dog was still jumping around me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I walked away from him going, there's a social dilemma I didn't expect.
Jesus. Yeah, because I do always say to my kids, if you get lost, what do? We go into a shop, and who do you look for? A woman.
Oh,
I will tell them, go to a woman who works in the shop.
right.
So I don't know.
Well, I always
don't
say,
come at me, but that's me, I suppose. So you don't know.
yeah, you don't know. I always say to mine, before they go out, do you know my number off by heart?
Yeah.
Even though you have your own mobile phone,
Yeah.
and take your phone off silent because it's definitely on silent. And know our numbers off by heart.
God,
And what would you do if you're in a big situation? What would you do? Where would you go to and have those conversations? Anyway, that was my
Jesus,
dilemma.
Yeah, well, that's no crack at all.
Yeah, it was no crack. It made you think about how life has changed. Like trying to do
Yeah.
a good deed and you
Trying
end
to-
up looking like somebody who's.
Well, I'll
a
give you a
dodge.
good one. I had a dilemma, not like it, but equally was annoyed when I walked away over beans.
It's just like it, yeah.
So it was funny because I opened up the floor to my followers and told them about it, and it was like immediately that was illegal. They should have done that. They shouldn't have done this. Whatever. Went in to buy a tin of beans. I love that it happened with beans and not like a fillet steak or something. Beans. Went in to get beans. Saw a 3-pack of the small ones for on the label $2.50. It was a small shop. There wasn't a million different types of beans. There was a 3-pack.
Okay.
$2.50. So I sound, I'll get the 3-pack. Went up and paid, and this one was like, that'll be $320, and I was like, oh, okay. Or 370. It was more. It was $250. It was $370 she charged me because it was $120 over what was on the thing. And I paid anyways. And then I was like, I'll just go over and look again. And I looked again, and it was $250. And I was like, no. Normally I'd walk out, and I was like, no, it's not the money. It is the money, and it's the point.
Yeah.
So I went back and I said, sorry, I'm typical Irish. I said, it's probably my fault. I'm probably wrong, but it says $250 on the thing. So is that the right price? You charged me $370. So she took them and she scanned them again. She said, yeah, it's $370. You're wrong, or that's the price. And she was really thick. Mm-hmm. And she was like, she wasn't a young one, but I was older than her, I suppose. She probably wasn't 40.
You walked in that yourself. I didn't need to say anything.
And I left, and I was like, I'm kind of cross that she...
So did you still leave after
I
paying the
left
tree?
because I was like, okay, she kind of made me feel, yeah, it was your fault. Oh. And I looked, and it was $250 on the thing, and I was like, oh, then I was driving up the road, and I was really annoyed.
My next question was, on reflection, what do you think you should have done?
Oh, I should have gone back and gone, here, no, I want my $370 back.
Yeah.
I'll get these in a bloody supermarket for $250. Yeah. I was annoyed that I didn't go back. And that's what had annoyed me the most. Yeah. That I didn't go back.
We're mad at ourselves, even though it wasn't a situation that we created. That has happened before.
I just went in for a friggin' tin of beans. You just went for a walk. You end up like annoyed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You end up. Yeah. It totally went against the reason I had gone out to soothe my little head. It ended up being a big frustration. But that whole bean one, I think loads of people can associate with that kind of thing happening.
The amount of messages that said, I come home, I checked my receipt, and I didn't get the discount. I didn't get the 2 for 1. It's a big problem.
Yeah. So but I think more than all of that is we should have done this, and I should have.
Yeah.
But at the time you're just, that's okay. Then thanks very much.
It's such an Irish thing.
Yeah.
Like if that was probably in the UK,
definitely
or America, they'd be like, no, ma'am, it says that on this.
What accent was that?
Definitely won't have a career in
if it was in France, they'd be outside protesting the shop afterwards.
But we're like, oh, don't say anything, just get on with it.
No, the reality is that the way food prices are moving these days, it could have been $370 and they forgot to change the...
That's what I felt.
Yeah.
Maybe they forgot. But then everybody came in with the legal side of it. They were like, legally they're not allowed. And then people come in going, they are allowed, actually. You don't have to. Yeah, well, they can charge you whatever you want. So
my bit of advice for that one is... make sure what you're buying is what it says beside it, and be double sure. And if you're not, check a photograph of it afterwards to make, because this happened with us before in a supermarket where they overcharged for something. Went back afterwards and said no, and there was a big row about it. And eventually turned out that we were right. There's also other things to do with supermarket shopping and all sorts of shopping is price around. Make sure you're paying the best value for something. So we needed kitty litter.
Yeah.
Right, kitty litter, and we were bitched up for it now.
Pellets.
Yeah. We want some. There's a particular type that they like in the house that doesn't stink, and the kitty uses it. And we were stuck for it. We're in a place. There was no price on it. Asked the person, how much is that? I can't remember. Maybe say €11. And I went, no, that's not €11 where I regularly get that.
Yeah.
I regularly get that. It was €7. That's €4 of a difference. So just the regular stuff, the little things and bits and pieces, particularly these days when, did you get your electricity bill?
I don't think we've got it yet. I'm gone back to Smurfland. La, 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 la.
Turn on the switch.
I have my lovely little lamp in the kitchen. I don't ask for a lot. I have, my little lamp that I love and I use. I love lamps and candles. Every time I come back into the kitchen, he's turned off. At the wall. So annoying.
Oh, not even at the switch.
Not even. So I switch it on. And oh my God, the bulb is gone. No, I have to go around, hit the switch.
There's somebody in my life who does that with all switches at night. Switches. You find that you're underneath tables putting on switches.
I'm really glad our kettle is actually on the range, because before we had the range,
it switched off at the wall. Yeah, it's in our house.
Dad does that. You're waiting. You're like, God, that kettle is taking ages. Dad's like, as you're sitting in the dark. No, you need to turn it on at the wall, Sarah.
Yeah. Well, but definitely in my life, there's a partner in my life that
one of his many
does check and then triple check. There's nothing like in the middle of the night just saying to them, I wonder if the back door locked. Oh yes, I want to talk to you about little things that drive us up the bloody wall.
Well, I did a thing this week. I just put a post up to see what drives people mental, and it was actually a thing I'd heard on the radio. I'm going to pronounce it wrong, okay? Misophonia.
Misophonia.
It's like things that really drive you nuts noise-wise, like dogs barking continually, loud eaters, repetitive banging. I'm awful bad. Like, Dermot will wind me up. So we're having our dinner, maybe we might be watching telly or whatever, and he'll start eating really loud.
Mm-hmm.
And times how long it takes me to turn and like fire a knife at him. So I just put up a question box. So here are some of the replies that people said.
Yes.
Noisy eaters, finger lickers, and smackers.
Say that again.
Me.
Noise eaters. Yeah, that's...
Finger lickers.
Oh. How would you be now, like, if we were having dinner here now and I said to you, this is a lovely dinner, and then I just lick at the knife?
Oh yeah, that has actually happened. I've been in the company of someone who's done that, and I lost my trail of talk because I was so shocked. You'd be amazed at people that do that.
Okay. Oh, here, you kind of looked at me.
No, not you, because you'd have a knife in the head.
I'd be straight through my eyes. Go on, what was the next one?
What else? Eating crisps.
Oh yeah.
Going to the cinema and all that chewing and slurping. Oh, there was anger in these.
I've a bit of problem with the whole cinema slurping and eating a thing. I've a bit of a kind of... You pay so much money and all...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know why they can't just give you headphones to watch. Everybody gets a headphone.
Probably a good idea. Do you think we say about the cinema is one thing good thing about it is by the time the ads are over, most people have finished everything anyway.
Yeah, that's so true.
I'll never eat all of that.
God. Whistling. My hubby tends to do it after a row. Just to tip me over the edge, this lady said. Noisy eating, slurping drinks, soup, scraping cutlery off. Oh, that's so annoying.
Oh, that's not a good one.
Tapping, whistling, arrogant a-holes. Oh, somebody was having a bad day. Bad manners, children fighting, people who won't indicate at the last second. That's really annoying. A lot of people said their husbands. Then one lady was like, my husband, when he comes in, I can't find it now, when he comes in and, when my hubby comes home from work and sits down while I have a million things to do, I think he'd tend to do that.
Sorry.
I wish he'd do that in another room.
Sorry, I think you've just done a big generalisation there. I think ye tend to do that. Ye should do that in a different room. Open plan houses, baby. We have to do it. We have to be in the same room.
Can you go and scroll in the sitting room?
She's doing terrier teeth. She's mad at me when actually she's not mad at me at all.
I think we can all relate. Yeah, so an awful lot of people were like, oh my God, I can't handle noisy eaters and slurping. And then this one, noisy eaters and the sight of my mother-in-law. I thought that was brilliant.
Ooh.
Yeah. There you go. So there was an awful lot, but it's a thing, misophonia.
Right.
Instant bad form.
How do we pronounce it? How do you pronounce it? How do we find out?
Misophonia.
Have I got the right thing up here? Hold on.
Misophonia.
Oh! It's too loud. Hold on.
Misophonia.
Misophonia.
Misophonia. Do you know what else is really annoying? And I know someone who does it all the time.
You don't know that many people, so that's either it's one of our squad.
When someone is drinking a cup of tea, and they go, after each drink of it, I can switch. Sharp knives everywhere.
I have a certain person in my house, not in my house, actually, not in my house. Reverse. Delete that part. Not in my house. In another house of a person I really love dearly. But when they start eating an apple, you gotta leave. Because there's a teeth banging thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Jaw clicking.
It's like a donkey.
Like a horse, like. Honest to God. That's what I call my husband if he happens to be very hungry and he's inhaling. Like, slow down there, ha ha. Ha ha was my pony. Go
back to earlier episodes of the podcast to hear all about ha ha.
Yeah.
You'll find it in the description, I've no doubt about it.
So it hit a nerve for sure. People are annoyed.
We're annoyed. It's the little things. Everything in life is always the little things that drive you mental.
I'll give you a top tip.
Go for it.
If you're trying to get out of a junction.
Right.
Have a great way to get out of the junction. You know when you're waiting to pull out and they won't let you out. Put your window down, look out the window and look at the drivers oncoming, and they let you out. It's a guilt thing.
No, I've done this, right? Because there was a situation out here out the road where if you were on the left-hand part of the traffic and the right got the go-ahead,
Yeah.
and the left had to kind of beg to get out. So I would put the window down and eyeball them.
Yeah.
Right. And I would, each one that went by me, I'd call them a name. I'd be
Yeah.
like, "Look at you there now, you bollocks! Look at you there now! You can see me! You can see me! You know I need." But there's a difference between you eyeballing them and me
Yeah,
eyeballing
but you're probably the
them.
big thick head in you.
Well,
Like
you-
if I saw someone
I
out the window
guarant-
down, I'd be like, oh God, I can't pass. I have to let them out. I'd feel bad.
So give me the Sarah face that you're giving them out the window. Go on, let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
I'm not doing anything. I'm always looking,
Go on,
smiling
go on.
out at them.
Hi! It's me! The one from the Instagram!
Shut up.
No, you can't do this. These days it's just the gram!
Yeah, freaking hell. I'm hitting on now 40. I don't know, the gram. Could be like, you're too old.
What age are you?
I'm still younger than you.
Huh?
I'm still younger than you.
Are you ready for quick fire questions?
Oh, wow. Have you got some? That was
I
quickly
have.
prepared.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know how this podcast works. Nothing can be recorded in 10 minutes. That's how it works. So I had to quickly throw stuff look at you giving me the eye. I had to quickly throw stuff together because I was like, oh yeah, that's no problem, 10 minutes, yeah. I've nothing done. No homework. It feels like a Sunday night when I have no homework done ahead of double maths.
I like to keep you on your toes.
I give you €1,000,000 now,
All right.
or I give you 1 cent now, and that doubles every day for 30 days.
1 cent. But sure, that's still not going to make €1,000,000 in 30 days, is it? Can you do the maths for me?
Which one are you taking?
€1,000,000.
You take the million now.
Yeah, it's probably 45 million if I did the other one. But I could get hit by a bus. And I
think-
probably would.
There you go. So you're taking the million.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It has been a question asked to people,
Has it?
and they say,
So you actually Googled good questions to ask on a podcast?
no, I remember this one from a TV show. But I do know that some people would say, even when they know the answer, they'll still say, no, I'll take the million now.
Oh, God, yeah. But what would you do?
Well, at the end of 30 days, it's about 4 million.
Is it?
Yeah, it keeps doubling. 1 cent, 2 cents, 2 cents becomes 4 cents. Each day till you get to 30 days, it's about 4 million. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably get hit by a bus, so I'll just take
Take the
money
million now. Yeah, sure. Well, the million's loads.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come back as a bird or come back as a fish.
A bird. I always said I'd love to fly. Says
Really?
the one who's terrified of heights.
You've got some bird-like features as well.
Shut up. Yeah. Fucking no, I'd be shitting on if I did come back as a bird.
Very good. Would you send back a dinner, or would you just get on with it and complain afterwards to yourself?
What do you think?
With the Bean story tells everything.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, it was lovely, as I do a Mr. Bean, and try and put it in my bag and wrap it in tissue
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it doesn't have to go back. And the chef is like,
I've been with you when you're skilled at not eating anything but making look like you've eaten something.
No, yeah. It's
and
so
then-
annoying when you
yeah.
go to a restaurant and it's
The reason you wouldn't send it back? Genuinely?
Genuinely,
Worried?
they'd probably, if it was a dinner that they'd had to make again, if I said it wasn't nice and they gave me another one, they'd probably kick it around the kitchen, spit in the spuds. And I
They
just...
definitely will now when they hear
Well,
this.
it's just not me to complain. Even if they said, right, we'll give you your money back, I'd be like, no, I'm not,
Yeah,
that's not
and that
me.
has happened to us. We have left a place when they followed us out. It was so bad.
Yeah, no,
so
I just
bad.
wouldn't complain, and I probably should, but I just wouldn't.
Yeah, you'd be worried about there was there was a movie once where the guy he asked for French toast and he sent it back saying it wasn't nice, and they showed it was a comedy movie. Road Trip. It was Road Trip.
Battered it around
And
the
he
kitchen.
put it down the back of his pants,
Yeah.
and he put it down the front of his pants. And your man says, delicious. Why or how?
Huh?
Why or how?
How?
Why did you do that? How did you do
How?
that?
I think. I'd like to know how as opposed to why.
And finally, for this month, 5-second rule or put it in the bin.
5-second rule.
Yeah,
Jesus, yeah.
depends on what it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's in my house, I'm like, it's fine because the floors are clean.
Yeah.
But if it was like somewhere else,
Bin.
I just need to go to the bathroom for a minute.
It is so true, and we're strange little people. But I think a lot of people kind of. You know,
I think a lot of people
I'd
are.
be
They
the same.
just don't admit it.
I would be the same. That's our lot for this month.
Well, that was good.
Is there anything else you needed to tell or say?
No, I think we're good. We're on track. We are on track. February. We did a lot in February.
The next time we record, you will have passed a milestone in your life.
Hilarious. Like, as somebody said to me, I was saying it to somebody today actually, and she said, would it bother you now? And I was like, I was born old.
Yeah.
I was born old.
Yeah.
Even as like a young one, I really didn't do a whole pile wrong and go too mad.
I was thinking about, because in a couple of weeks' time it's our Jane and I's 20th wedding anniversary. So we're 20 years married, and you were Jane's bridesmaid at that. So you had just turned 20.
Oh my God, yeah. I was just out of college, wasn't it?
Just out of college.
And it feels like it was yesterday.
And lads, if I was to show you the wedding photos, she's about 8'6".
Shut up. And
my poor brother was my best man.
He
was like a troll.
Big pair of boobs and white hair. I think it definitely had to be black and white photos.
Oh, the black and white photos are nice. Yeah. Oh, I had this thing. I'll give you a laugh before I go. I had this thing. I came down the stairs the last day after having a shower, and I had done this thing with my hair. Right. And I shouted, Jane, I've got you a present for our 20th wedding anniversary. And I said, close your eyes, you're going to love this.
And I walked through. I just had a vision of you coming down the stairs in the lip.
That would be a true present. But I had the hair down, and I said, it's my hair. It's back like it was 20 years ago we were married. And she was like, oh, you look like somebody who was selling drugs. So I sweep it to the side. So I had a couple of things. I was going to do a whole birthday thing where we were counting down. What? You can't hear it. You can't hear it.
I can hear it. It doesn't bother me. I'm very young at heart. So it doesn't bother me that I'm only turning 40.
And
you would love to be turning 40 again.
I would.
Would you?
I would.
Yeah.
No, I would.
And I don't think I'd like to be turning 30 again. I'm kind of happy and very content in myself.
Yeah, but you are. Absolutely. You've done very well for yourself. You're exactly where you want to be.
I'm just like, I couldn't give it a damn. I'll do what I want and I won't do what I don't want to do. And I feel that at 40 I'm allowed to do that now. I don't have to answer or please to anyone because I'm now a 40-year-old woman. But really, I feel like a fucking 18-year-old.
But everybody feels that.
Yeah.
None of us feel...
Yeah.
I think if you talk to somebody who's just turned 60...
You never feel grown up, do you?
No. I think I still want to do the same. You know, I say to my children all the time, the conversations when I go out with my friends, the conversations we have is the same stuff we talked about when we were 16.
Well, I don't know now would they be the same.
It's all about boobs.
You shift my friend.
Well, the new one is, I'll hook you up, man, I'll hook you up.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we need to get down with the kids.
Me and your husband and your daughter were at our football match last weekend, and we were enjoying the game, and your son. We were enjoying the game, and your daughter's friends were all there, and she kind of nicely asked us,
piss off,
Richie, please move.
Yeah. But I'd say now you were probably right beside them.
Well, it wasn't intentional at all.
Yeah.
So I'll finish with this.
I'm expecting a present now. The next time I'm in.
Yeah, next time. And
I'll bring you some cake.
We're going to sneak in a little bit of a song. I don't know if we're allowed to do it. But this song I've been obsessed with over the last couple of weeks. I've put it on in the car myself, and I've got to the end of it, and it's 6 minutes 27 seconds long, and I've gone right back to the beginning.
Well, what is it?
I love it. It's by a guy called Gerry Rafferty. Do you remember Gerry Rafferty? No,
sounds familiar, yeah.
He had Baker Street. Do you remember Baker Street?
Yeah.
Well, he has one called Days Gone Down. Still got the light in your eyes. Perfect for you, turning 40. We'll talk to you very soon. Send an email to sarahbutler@home@gmail.com. Sarah's on Instagram, and that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
Do we need to say buy the books?
Buy the books. If you want to buy the books have been sold anyways. They're selling away, so...
Yeah. Whatever you buy the books or don't buy the books. It's up to you, and we'll talk to you very soon on the podcast.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
I just wanna tell you